You could draw it?
Correct. Yes. I will instruct Eulogy to not lower any class in the possible from that side, right? Yeah, right. You all continue from where it is.
Check 1, checking the sound 1, 2. बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय, श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Senior devotees, special good morning to each and every one of you. Firstly, I want to say welcome, but also thank you for taking the time to be present here this morning, to come and to support this family in this time of bereavement. As we are here today, we are about to perform the Antishti Sanskar of the late KRISHNA RAMLOCHAN. And as we are here to perform this Antishti Sanskar, the final rites ceremony that is performed at the end of our lifespan upon the face of the earth, right? In Hinduism, there are 40 sanskars, but there are 16 major ones that we are normally supposed to pass through. What are sanskars? Sanskars are rites of passage. So at each different stage in your life, you are supposed to undergo different types of spiritual and religious practices to help to mold and to shape you into a better individual. But in the time that we're living in, we all know that most of us don't really adhere to these practices, right? Nevertheless, one of the significant ones is this Antishti Sanskar that we are about to perform, because obviously once you are born, there will come a day when you have to, I don't like to say die, use the word die, because die symbolizes end, death symbolizes the end, but this is not the end, right? And as we go through this ritual, this ceremony today, I will try to the best of my ability to explain to each and every one of you a little bit more of what is transpiring here through my awareness and understanding, so that you can now gain some perspective and a little bit of clarity, I would say, on this situation that is beforehand. Because normally you may attend funerals, and I'm very aware of this, and you may not be clear. You see things being done and you're like, why am I doing this? Or what is the purpose of this? I'm not sure, right? So I'll try to bring some clarity, some awareness and understanding to you today, so that this will make a little bit more sense, and to some extent, I would hope that it will give the family, and by extension, friends and relatives and so forth, a little bit of comfort in your hearts, right? So, one significant thing I ask of each and every one of you today is to participate and engage in whatever way you can. When I say chant, you chant as well, if possible, right? The reason being is that the one thing that is very significant today that we can do for the departed soul that once existed within this body is to send a lot of positive, powerful vibrations, right? Because that will help the soul in its transition. Thank you. So, as I'm about to chant mantras of invocation and all of these different things at this point in time, I'm going to ask you all to seat yourselves upright. So seat yourselves upright if you're a little lying down in your chair and think. Don't want you sleeping away, but also you want the energy to flow properly in your body, right? This is very important for yourself, actually. So you seat yourselves upright. I want you to close your eyes. So everybody close your eyes, right? You can look at my pretty face after, right? So you close your eyes, and I want you to go within, and you're going to pray in whatever way you know how to pray, in whatever way you feel comfortable, in whatever way you understand how to worship the divine, right? As you make this connection with the divine, I am asking you at this point in time to generate from within your heart the vibration of love. Collectively together, one of us doing it is fine, it will be good. But all of us doing it together, it becomes amplified and it becomes more powerful. We're going to send that vibration of love at this point in time to the departed one, wherever he may be, as we ask for a safe and a peaceful transition. As we pray at this point in time, those of you that wish to repeat, you can repeat after me. We chant the name of the divine. Say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Pray from your hearts, devotees. Om Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsachanurmardam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Mande Jagagurum Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langate Giram Yakripatu Maham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudramarutaha Suravatriyai Savai Vire Sangupragamo Prashnai Gayatiyam Samanga Dhyanavasthita Targatina Manasa Pashyantiyam Yogino Yasyantam Nagarusura Suranaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Harihi Om. Om Vishnu 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 Srimad Bhagavato Mahapurushasya Vishnu Raga Pravartamanasya Adi Shri Brahmano Hina Ritye प्रहरार्दे श्री स्वेदवारः कल्पे वैवस्वत्मन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे कलियुगे कलिप्रथम शरणे भूर्लोके त्रिनदात् देशे पीनाल नगरे बुरुज चैपल स्थिति श्री विक्रमादित्य संवत अमुक मास्य अमुक पक्षे अमुक तिथा अमुक वासरे अमुक नक्षत्रे अमुक योगी अमुक करणे अमुक राशि स्थिति सूर्य दक्षिणायने शशांके च शेषेषु ग्रहेषु यथा यथा राशि स्थान स्थितेषु अमुक गोत्रस्य कृष्ण रामलोचन नामस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य अन्त्येष्टि कर्मं करिष्ये। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। बोलो श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Like I said, right? This Jai means victory, victory to the divine. You can praise the flowers, come and praise the flowers. This is the word. So at this point in time, as we are about to commence, as we are about to begin this ritual here, any ritual in Hinduism, we always begin firstly by performing, as I would have done for you guys. What was the first thing that we did? We did purification, right? So at this point in time, we're going to do purification, we're going to do the spiritual part of the body. So you're starting from here, you just sprinkle water straight down. 5 times. You will touch hands. Touch your hands. Touch your hand. Take this one. Touch it. Om Madhyamukotasya Mukhpretasya. Watch it. Pretatva-nivarnartam Mritistane Shavadnimitam Snanam Vyadhyate Tavopatishtatam Pretanantadayakam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now that we've done that, we'll offer the gift of chandan, the sacred mark. Chandan is made from something called sandalwood. Sandalwood it's a very sweet smelling tree. It said that trees that are around the sandalwood tree will start smelling sweet. It is said in the life that we must become like the sandalwood tree. Wherever we go, the fragrance that we have within, it should be spread and those around us should experience it, not so? Also, this sandalwood has a cooling effect. So there's a reason why I would have placed it in various places today upon you, right? I placed it by the Tilai here, which is called the Agnya Chakra, the fire center. That's the main place we normally place it. Why? When you are in devotion, you're in contemplation, you're performing rituals, you're worshiping the divine. If you're really focusing enough, this area here will start to pulsate or become a little bit heated. The chandan helps to keep it cool and keep you in a state of balance and focus. But today I placed it by your eyes, by your ears, your throat, and your hands. We are asking for purification of the senses and for the senses to come into a state of harmony and a state of balance as we engage in this ritual. But also there's something important that all of us must learn from this. We pray and we pray to God and we say, God, as I place here, I'm asking for you to purify my eyes. Why? Because in this world, as I see things, I want to see those things which are, well, I can answer. We want to see those things which are good, right? Of course, right? I would hope, right? And we ask to bless our ears. So in this world, as I listen, I don't listen to gossip on those things, but I listen to those things which are good, which are positive, very good, right? I ask you to bless my truth, so that when I speak in this world, I chant the name of God, and I speak those things which are uplifting into the lives of others. I do not ill speak others, right? And I ask you by extension to bless my hands, Bhagwan. So in this world, as I perform actions, I will perform good karma, because this will determine how my life goes in this world, in this realm, and also when I exit this physical realm as well. Good? So now as you place it, you take your time, place it on the forehead, by the ears and the throat. Om Adyamukugotrasya Mukpretasya Pretatunivarnaratam Mridistani Shavat Nimitam Chandanam Myariyati Tavopatishtitam Pretanantadayakam. Next, we're going to spray this sweet fragrance or the perfume. As we're about to spray the sweet fragrance, I'm sure at some level here, everybody knows what perfume is, huh? That is supposed to say yes, Baba.
Yes, Baba.
Very good. Alright. So we know what perfume is, right? The perfume that we are using here is for a very significant reason. Now, normally when we spray perfume, we wear perfume. Why? This fellow look like a star right here. Why do we use perfume, sir? We use it because we want to? Very good. We want to smell good, right? Why? Why do we want to smell good? Because if you are smelling good, wherever you go, people will want to be around you, right? But if this morning you decided to come here and you didn't take a bath, and you didn't put on no deodorant and no perfume and all of that, what would happen? Everybody would run away, right? Because where there's a positive scent, there's deep science behind these things, eh? Where there's a positive scent, you want to be present. Where there's a negative scent, you don't want to be present. Negative entities make themselves present where there's a negative scent. Not so? Right. So as we spray this perfume here, we are asking for a balance of the energies in the atmosphere here, so that we want to be present, so that all positive things will be attracted in this space right now. That's what we want, right? So you take your time. Start on the actual box and you can straight around. Just for my day, extend the hand, right? But you spray right around. Straight on to the end and then around. Om Madhyamukugotrasya Mukupretasya Pretatolivarnartam Mridistane Shavadnimitam Gandham Mayadiyate Tavo Pratishthitam Pretanantarayakam. You have to 5 times, right? When you finish, that's 1. What you do? Let that go. So it will become 5, right? That's it. We can sing together. Keshava Madhava Jaya Deva Madhusudana Keshava Madhava Jaya Deva Madhusudana Netra Kamal Dal Ativa Manohar Netra Kamal Dal Ativa Manohar Antaryami Prabhu Parameshwar Antaryami Prabhu Parameshwar Maya Manush Vesha Liladhar Maya Manush Vesha Liladhar Maya Manush Vesha Liladhar Maya Manush Vesha Liladhar O Jaya Deva Madhusudana O Jaya Deva Madhusudana Keshava Madhava Jaya Deva Madhusudana Keshava Madhava Jaya Deva Madhusudana O Jaya Deva Madhusudana O Jaya Deva Madhusudana Bolo Shrindavam Pyare Lal Ki Jai. Alright, we're doing a little bit better, right? With Jai. So, see when I say chant, it's so important because when we chant in the name of the divine, you know, normally when we engage in our lives in different activities, we express ourselves in certain ways, right? And basically, whatever, this is very important, right? However you express yourself, it will do something for you. Have you ever noticed before, when you are angry, how do you express yourself? We've all experienced that at some point in time, right? When you're angry, right? You want to fight and you want to mash up everything and you want to express that anger in a very strong way. And when you're happy, how do you operate? You smile and you feel peaceful and you feel joyful. When you feel excited, sometimes you dance and you engage in different things, you sing, right? And then we come and do puja, holy ritual, Baba say chant, and then we say, Shri. You know what happens there? You are keeping yourself at what is called as a low frequency, a low vibration. In a low state of vibration or low frequency, what happens is you experience things like unhappiness. You experience things like all the negative things come there. Hate and jealousy and envy. Well, jealousy and envy is the same thing. But all those negative things are experienced at a low vibration. When you're in a high vibration, Jai Sri Ram. When you're in a high vibration, what happens? You feel that from within. You feel that vibration pulsating in your body, so it transforms your life. So I know it's a little difficult situation, but everything that I'm telling you do, I have a little bit of experience with this, you know. I only do this almost every day. So with that being said, I am telling you this because I know it will help to shift the energy that you're experiencing right now, the grief, whatever it is you're experiencing at some level. I know it will have to make a little bit of a difference for you, right? So when we engage and when I say chant wholeheartedly and sincerely, and don't be afraid, right? Because here's what it will help in, but it will help you more significantly, right? And that's very important. So at this point in time, we are going to place malas. We have some beautiful malas there this morning, right? And it's very important for us to understand, right? So I'll ask this fellow here because he looks like a next star boy, right? This fellow here, right? So I'm going to ask him, Uncle, have you ever given a flower to anybody before? Yes. Alright, we won't send him out today, right? But I'm sure he may have given many flowers in his lifetime because he has been living here for a very long time, right? Just like KRISHNA ji, right? He may have given many flowers also, right? So as you give these flowers, in Hinduism, flowers are very, very symbolic, right? Everything that we're using is symbolic of something. When giving that flower, why would you give a flower to somebody? Very good. So you see, he's a smart fellow. He seems like a ladies' man, right? He understands that you give the flowers for love. When you give it, you see, it's not so much about what you give, but it's about how you give it. That's important, right? So when you give a flower in Hinduism, the flower is symbolic as an expression of your love. But today, if you notice very carefully, if you all observe, you will see the malas are not tied together, but the malas are broken, right? One, because obviously in order for it to fit there properly today, it has to be broken, but something else is happening there. You are giving your flowers and you're saying, whether it's your brother, a grandfather, father, friend, whatever, you're saying, I love you, I'm expressing my love to you, but I understand that your journey here with us is now completed. Your journey is not completed, but the journey here is now completed. And you must continue this journey now. So I am releasing you with love from my heart. I am releasing you to go on your next journey, right? Very simple for us to understand. So when do we give flowers, devotees? When is the best time that we should give someone a flower? I don't know. We should give them when they are alive, right? Nothing is wrong. You know, you lay down, you want to express this is the way that you can at this point. But generally, for everybody, I always stress this to people. People wait for one time for the year when? Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. And what happened to the rest of the year? 365 days. Father's Day. Right? My parents always say that's a marketing strategy. People trying to make money, and that's the truth. When are the most sales happening? During these times, right? But what happened to the rest of the year, my dear friends? Every day is Mother's Day. Every day is Father's Day. Every day you should cherish and you should love and you should appreciate the ones that are in your life, because a day and a time will come, my dear friends, when you will want to and you will not be able to. I always tell my friends and those closest to me, I say, here's what. You want to give me flowers? You want to tell me that you love me? You want to do it? Do it? No. If I have to tell somebody I love them, I tell them? No, because you see, I see this all the time, you know, so I'm hit to that reality all the time. So I'm just here to remind you, I know you know this already, but I'm here to remind you. Time is very, very short, and you don't know when that time is going to come to an end, and you will not have that opportunity again. So make sure that you cherish and you embrace every opportunity and every moment to express your love to your loved ones, devotees. So at this point in time, you'll take your time and lay it out nicely. With love, please mamas, right? Om Madhyamukugotrasya Mukupretasya Pretaturivarnartam Mritistani Shavat Nimitam Pushpamala Mayadiyate Navo Patishtitam Pretanantadayakam Om Manadini Nadhodeva Shankachaknagarara Akshaya Pundarikaksha Pretamoksha Pradobhava Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bolo Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Very good. So now we're going to wave the sacred light. As we wave the sacred light, is very important again for us to understand. We are asking for the darkness in our lives to be dispelled. We are asking for the darkness from within and around us. My dear friends, darkness only comes around us when it is within. And that might be strange for you to understand that, but again, I've spent a lot of time studying this, right? Whatever is on the inside of you becomes projected on the outside of you. That's how it works, right? Now, I have a very, very important question for you all, and it's for great realization, right? What is the greatest form of darkness? So I'm asking these 5 boys here. What is the greatest form of darkness you think that can exist in your life? Make a guess.
Death.
Alright, death?
Sickness.
Light, sickness. Anything else? Sin. Alright? 2 of you all want to try it? Greatest form of darkness that you think is in your life?
No light.
Say that, alright?
No light.
No light, good answer as well. Nobody didn't say that before, right? No light, that's darkness. Alright, but I want to share something with you. I want you to understand this very importantly today. So death is a rite of passage. As long as your body will die. So it's not really a darkness, but we need to gain the awareness to understand that this is something that will come. What is the real form of darkness in our life that dictates if life goes better or it goes for worse? It's called avidya. It's called avidya. Avidya means ignorance. The lack of awareness. You have 2 things that you can experience. You experience either vidya, which is knowledge, or avidya, which is ignorance. These things then tune into the mind, etc. The body experiences emotions based on whether you have knowledge or you have ignorance, and then you act in this world accordingly to that. It's a process. I don't have time to get into it, but that's how it goes, right? So everything in your life, if you're experiencing fear-based things, it means that there is ignorance. If you're experiencing things based on love, it means that there is vidya, there is knowledge, there is awareness. So the greatest form of darkness in your life is ignorance. If somebody did not have the knowledge and awareness, they cannot put all these beautiful lights that is lighting up this place for us. So it starts with awareness. So today as we wave this light, I want you to remember this, and you're asking for the darkness of ignorance to be dispelled from your life. In chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, at that time of death, a question that everybody has. At that time of death, he says, whatever is the state of awareness and the dominant thought in the mind of an individual, that is what they are going to manifest in the next life. Jai Guru. He says, if you think of me, God, and you remember me, you will attain me. You will come to me. In whichever form that you worship God in, right? If not, then you will get whatever the dominant thought is in your mind. How do you determine the dominant thought in your mind then? Whatever you practice throughout your entire life, whatever your belief is throughout your entire life, whatever you keep focused on, my dear friends, is what will be the dominant thought in your mind at the time of death. So to fix your life now, and to fix your life when you're exiting and going into the next experience, you want to consciously, every single day, pay attention to what you are thinking about. Pay attention to the things that you do. The karma and all these things ties in there, right? Pay attention to the things, the actions that you perform in this world. So we light the light now. You'll take your time and you'll wave it. And as you wave it, Om Siddhi Pade Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murte Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Yeah, probably fine. Okay, should be. The light of the match was even made. See? That is the power of the divine, right? So that means it works. This fellow listened just now and he said, okay, Bhagavan, clear out the ignorance, you know? So at this point in time, everything happens for a reason, my dear friends. I don't question anything. You're going to take your time and you're going to wave it now. And as you wave it over the body, you're going to walk around the box. Everybody touches hand and you all follow suit with him. Right? Wave it while you're walking over the body. Om Madhyamuku Godrasya Mukupredasya Preta Parivar Narkam Pratistani Shavat Nimitam Deepam Mayadiyati Tavo Patishtita. If you open, those of you that have the program, you can open it.
How many times?
5. When you go around as one time, you do 5. If you open the pamphlet, on the first page here, you see 2 versions, I, J, Kila, Jai Krishna Hare. Let's sing Jai Krishna Hare. The same way, you just continue with it, right? You begin 5 times. Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ke dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare, Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ke dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. Jab charo taraf andhiyara ho, आशा का दूर किनारा हो. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो. और कोई न केवल हारा Krishna Hare, Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे, जय जय जय। तो चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तो चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। बोलो श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Devotees, at this point in time, before I continue and deliver my message, I'll ask to call upon the individual that will perform the eulogy at this point in time. I believe. Okay. Daughter. Yeah.
A famous writer once said, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." If that is true, then Krishna made a great life. He was one of the most giving people I've ever known. My sister, Lisa Marie, and I would like to thank you all for joining us and paying our final respects to our father. Our dad brought the world around him to life. He filled our childhood with Western and Bollywood movies, endless brain teasers, science experiments, and most of all, laughter. With a joke never far from his mind and a love for all those around him, he lit up every room. I'm filled with pride when I think about how much he meant to our family and to the people that sit before me here today. My father was born in San Francisco on Saturday, August 31st, 1957, to the late Ramlochan and Ramkalia. He was their 10th child of 11. In his pursuit of higher education, that took him to Toronto, Canada, where he worked as a junior hairstylist at the Eaton Centre while he pursued his engineering degree. During that time, while on vacation in Trinidad, he met Sita Ramsahai. They wed shortly thereafter, and then she also emigrated to Canada. In November of 1980, he welcomed his first child, Lisa Marie. On completion of his engineering degree, he decided to move back to Trinidad, where he was employed at Trinta. It was in Trinidad in 1985 that he welcomed his last child, me. By 1990, Krishna and his then wife and children moved back to Canada. This was about the time where I actually started having memories of significant events in our lives, such as when he was hired as an engineer at KRISHNA Canada. I distinctly remember moving from a rental apartment above a chandelier store to our very own first home and having our own backyard. His years after this were filled with many family dinners, as you can see from all the photographs. We like to host people, apparently, Mom. We had many graduation ceremonies, weddings, and to him, the best thing of all were his grandchildren. So we have Tyler King, the first of our grandchildren, Alexander Jackson, Eliana Marie, and the youngest here, Mia Elaine. Made a parent by our current venue, Krishna always had a soft spot for Trinidad. When he retired from Chrysler in 2008, he moved straight back here, leaving the cold winter days behind him. As many of you are aware, he fought and conquered cancer in 2022. This time frame of his treatments in Canada was filled with many mixed emotions for us. We were worried, he was ill, there's fear. But now in hindsight, this ended up being an opportunity for us and our children to get quality time with my father, for him to really bond and get to know them. My daughter Eliana is going to be reading a passage.
Your very own guardian angel. The loss of a father is a heavy burden to bear. He's a source of quick strength that is so missed when he's not there. Take comfort, he's in heaven, and looking down at you. He'll be there through the coming year, watching over and guiding you. He's your very own guardian angel, and he'll be there with you to the end, when you meet again in heaven, and your broken heart will finally mend.
So today we say goodbye to our father. We say goodbye to a man who loved beyond measure. It's a love we can only hope to match as we move through our lives. Bye, Dad. We're going to miss you very much.
Thank you so much. I just want to make a quick announcement before we proceed forward. There are two vehicles that are blocking, I believe, someone. PDN 1078, that's PDN 1078, and PBK 2915. PBK 2915. Thank you so much for your cooperation. So, at this point in time, I'll give you all a little bit of insight, wisdom that comes from Bhagavad Gita chapter 2. I was just explaining to you that we do not come to an end when that time of death comes. The body comes to an end. And the more and more that science researches and discovers, scientists as a matter of fact, they go a little bit further. Now, over time, you're seeing a lot of documentaries, and I look at them all the time, that are coming to terms to show you that there is a life that goes beyond death, right? A lot of people did not understand this before, but now as time goes by, and I'm not talking about Hinduism, This comes from Western cultures and different religions and stuff like that, right? A lot of people are experiencing things like reincarnation and all of those things through their family, right? So it's proving exactly what is written in the scriptures. So, in chapter 2, Bhagwan Krishna, God in the form of Lord Krishna, he's speaking to Arjuna, and Arjuna represents each and every one of us. He's giving him some wisdom for him to understand a little bit more about his purpose in life. And as he speaks here, he explains to Arjuna, he says, Vasamsi jarnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani tata sharirani vihaya jarnani samyati navani dihi. He says, just as a man would cast off worn-out garments, when we have old clothing, what do we do with it? We take it and we discard it. He said, just like a man would discard of his old worn-out clothing, similarly, when he is ready to exit this physical world, he will cast off that body. So the body becomes like worn-out clothing. When that body can no longer perform at its fullest capacity as it needs to fulfill, and to fulfill that role that it was meant to fulfill, that individual, that soul, that jiva, has to now give up that body and move on to another. So he says, just like you will discard of worn-out clothing and you will take on new ones, similarly, we discard of the old body and we take on a new one. Now, each and every one of us, we do not just have one body, which is the gross body that you're seeing here. When the soul exits this physical body, it's still contained within what is called as a subtle body, Vayu Shri, right? A body made of air. But it's not something that is huge or whatever, right? It's very, very small. It's the size of a thumb, basically, right? Now, don't worry about that because it exists not in this physical realm like we are right now, right? So, the body exists within there, and then based on whatever sort of karma the individual will perform, along with whatever rituals, whatever devotion, whatever vibrations created here, all of that combined together is now going to determine the journey and the transition of the soul. It's going to determine where the soul is going to go next. Now, it continues to say, says, Nainam chinnanti shastrani nainam dahati pavakaha na chainam klidyantyapur na shushayati marutaha. Says, The reality of who you are not a physical body. He says you are what is called as a jiva. Say jiva. Right, jiva, you are a divine spark that has come from God. He says this jiva that you are, weapons cannot cut it, fire cannot burn it, water cannot wet it, wind cannot dry it. You cannot be affected. Now in some form or fashion, all religions talk about this in some form or fashion. In some cases they say, you are born in the image and likeness of God, created rather, in the image and likeness of God and all of these things, right? Some people say that God is a part of me. No, God is not a part of you. You are a part of God. God is the larger entity. And there's a very simple example that I normally use to explain this, which is, for example, there's a bottle of water, right? Not the drink, for the example. So in this bag we have a bottle of water, right? And this is the simplest way that I have come to understand to be able to put this across to you. If you look at this bottle of water, this is named Pani. Jai Bhagwan. We have a brand in Trinidad now called Pani, right? Pani in Hindi, that means water, right? That's the Hindi name for water. That's a smart move. So we have that there, we have Pani brand, right? Jai Bhagwan. Right? Pani brand of Pani. Right? That's like chai tea. Chai means tea, right? TT. So anyhow, the thing about this is that you have Pani brand of water, right? So understand that. Then we have today, we are using for the purpose of the ritual, we have this is called what?
Lota.
Alright. So, not the brass cup. For the foreigners. It's called, just do it. It's called a load of water. Right? The river has water. The sea has water. What falls from the sky from the clouds? Rain coming in the form of water. That's true. For the foreigners again, right? So rain coming in the form of water. Now, when it comes to bottles of water, understand this, there's a variety, right? There are many different kinds. I see one kind in Trinidad, when I go to the US, there's another one, Canada have their own one. Everywhere have their own brands of water. But if I take the same water we have here, right? Let's say the Pani, for example. And since I didn't pick on this fellow, I'm in the middle here now, I'm going to pick on here, right? Because you look like a smart fellow. So, if I give you that bottle of Pani that we have there, right? The Pani brand of water. And I tell you like the good boy that you are, take that and go and pour that into the ocean for me. And like the good boy you are, you go and you say, yes, Baba, and you pour it in the ocean. You'll do that, right? If I tell you the point, yeah? If I say you have to do it, you'll do it, right? And then now I tell you, after I say, can you go back and find back this bottle of water for me? What do you tell me? You say, Baba is a madman. What is this? How do you expect me to find back this bottle of water? Because you wouldn't be able to find it back, right? Why? Because the water in the bottle and the water in the ocean has now become right. So let me explain this to you so that you'll understand this very, very carefully, right? Bhagwan is like the ocean. That's just an example, right? Bhagwan is like the ocean, vast and beyond and divine and supreme and phenomenal and all of these things, right? So Bhagwan is like the ocean and you are like the water that is contained within the bottle. The bottle is a vessel like the body. Right? What is important? The bottle or the water? What is more important rather? Both are important. The water is more important. You can't drink the bottle. The water is more important. Now without the bottle, you can't identify and say this is Pani brand. You can't identify and say it's Aqua or whatever, whichever brand. You can't identify it. Because it's not delivered in an individual way with any form or attributes or anything of the sort. So similarly, God is there existing, part of God, which is you now come into a vessel which is like the bottle of water. When you come into the bottle, was this called Pani brand water before it was taken on the ocean? No, it was just called water. But after it comes into the vessel, then somebody decides that I am going to brand this and I'm going to give it a label. When you were born, what is your name? Sharian. When you were born, you named Sharian already? They say, hey, we're going to give birth to Sharian. No. Over a period of time, you may have come up with a name, right? And then eventually, when the child is born, then Sharian, if you are a boy, you will name Sharian, Jai Bhagwan. We will hope not, right? She's a baby. Jai Bhagwan, this time we live in, right? So, no, but you, hopefully not, right? But nevertheless, you are called Sharian. If you are a boy, you may have been called something else. Because of what? Because of who you are or because of the vessel that you're in? Because of the vessel that you're in. You all understand this, right? Just like the bottle, whatever bottle they choose to put you in, put the water, they name it and they give it a brand and they call it whatever they want. Similarly, when you come into this world, you were divine. But when you came into the vessel called the body, based on your gender and other factors, and your parents wanted, or maybe they consult the Baba, hopefully, right? They decide and they come up with some sort of name that they are going to call you. And as you are born in this world, you start executing and you are used to different purposes. People say this water good and this one not good and this one better and this one is mineral water and they fool all of them. Right? So the point is, don't get caught up by the marketing strategies, right? The point is the same thing with you. When you are born in this world, you get a name and then people start saying, oh, you're real great. Then somebody says, same person, no. You are the same person, but they say, no. This person ain't good at all. I don't like that. What changed? Did you change? No. You didn't change, but the person from the outside is seeing based on their perception. Whether they like you, whether you're good enough, all of these different things. The same thing with the water. But what I'm trying to say and explain to you is what is constant here. The one thing that is always constant is the water that is contained within the bottle. Why? Because the water, my dear friends, like you, is divine. I want you to always remember that. Don't let anybody ever take that away from you and change that. You are divine, you have come from God, and at the end of the day, if you go back into your original state, meaning you go into that state of awareness to understand, I am not a human being, but I am a divine being having a human experience. If you go back into that state, then you become just like the water that is back in the ocean, and there is no distinction and no separation. The separation only comes when you separate yourself. I am not good enough, I am not smart. You know, God has blessed me with no great talent. Those are the things that we say. Why? Because of the people around us, because of the environments we associate in. If that is the state that you are in right now, my friends, you need to change your circle. Right? Get rid of the people that pretend to be your friends. You need to change your environment. Hang around people that tell you, you are blessed. You are special. I do not keep anybody in my life that tells me anything different. You know why? Because God tells me that I am divine. Who are you? Right? Don't let anybody tell you anything different. And the day that you realize that you are divine spark, you are divine being having a human experience, you would have reached closer to attaining what is our goal in this life. What is our goal? It is written in the scriptures that our goal is self-realization, called moksha. Or mukti, right? Salvation, liberation, self-realization, understanding. What does that mean? Self-realization meaning understanding your true self. Who is your true self? Divinity. Your true self is not Baba, it's not Krishna, it's not anybody else, it's not Shariam. Your true self is what? It's divinity. And this is written in all our scriptures, starting from the Vedas. It says, Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. I am that absolute reality expressing itself in human form. But most of the time, you know, we don't go that deep to understand that, right? So today I want you to remember that. So if you are divine and you are part of God, just like the one says in the Bhagavad Gita, that means God cannot come to an end, not so? God cannot come to an end. God cannot be destroyed. So it ties into the verse that I just told you. God cannot be affected by the elements in this world. Similarly, you, in your true nature, you cannot be affected by it. Only when you're in a vessel, just like a bottle, we can take it and turn it and twist it and you can do whatever with it. Because that, you can actually come into contact with it. But if it goes back into the state of water, you can go through water, you can do anything, you can put it in any vessel, right? You can do all sorts of things with it. But the water will always maintain what it actually is, its true nature. You make ice with it, you do whatever with it. It will maintain its true nature, right? So we must come back to a space and a state where we remove these labels, where we remove the labels that people have placed upon us. And understand, from tomorrow, anybody tell you anything different, tell them, Baba say that I am special. Baba say that I am divine. You remember this, my dear friends? When you exit this physical body, guess what is going to be a state of awareness? Look how it all ties in it. I told you before, the dominant thought in your mind when you're about to die will determine where you go. What will you remember when you're about to die? If you were saying this all your life, you will remember, I am blessed. I am divine. Glory to Vrindavan Vyadilala Ki Jai. So at this point in time, I believe we have another speech. What's that? Oh, that was it? Oh. Jai Baba. Okay, so in that case, I would actually open the floor a little bit for a few minutes. If there's anybody in the crowd, in the audience, that want to say something to the family or on behalf of the family, now would be your time to do so. Feel free. study.
Siddharam Panaji. There is not much to say, but I just want to do a wonderful bhajan for my brother-in-law. There's a nice bhajan in this leaflet here says, Aaye bhi akela, jaye bhi akela. Do din ki zindagi hai, do din ka mela. It simply means we enter this world and we will exit this world. Aaye bhi akela, we come into it. Jaye bhi akela, we go over it. Do din ki zindagi hai, do din ka mela. It means that we are here like for 2 days, asleep and awake.
From the heart, do your best.
So sing it, but am I crying?
I understand.
आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए, मतलब कि यार सारे सब है पराए. जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए, मतलब कि यार सारे सब है पराए. एक लिए है कितना तूने दुख झेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. काहे तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना, नेकी कदम कर ले, दुनिया से डरना. काहे तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना, नेकी कदम कर ले, दुनिया से डरना. पापू की अगन में खुद को काहे को धकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. हरि की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले, जीवन मिले ना फिर ये, जीवन को पाले. हरि की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले, जीवन मिले ना फिर जीवन को पाले. खेल जगत का सारा उसी ने खेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठ सपना, गैरों के दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना. ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठ सपना, गैरों के दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना. सबके रहते हुए मैं हूँ अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला। Thank you, Pandit.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else that would like to say something? My family and friends.
You know, I feel there's an obligation for me to come up here and say something for my uncle here. I don't know what I want to say, I don't know what I'm going to say. But I felt there was an obligation to be up here. When I got a text message, 2 o'clock, I think it was Saturday morning from Tasha, and I get a phone call there. I either thought one or two things. Something happened to Jan or something happened to Uncle Krishna. My brother came down here for vacation, and now he's in a funeral. These things are unplanned, life is unplanned. But we're gonna roll with the punches. Like I said, I didn't know what I was gonna say here. I love my Uncle Krishna. I love my family. I'm happy to be in Trinidad and Tobago right now to celebrate with you guys, and I would like to choose the words as a celebration because we're gonna live. This family is gonna go on, and everybody here is gonna pull together and want to get through it together.
Thank you, sir. Hey.
Well spoken. So there's another person, Lochan, I believe, Jai Bhagwan. So PBE 4574. Anybody here? PBE 4574. Okay, Uncle in the back? Yeah. Thank you. Alright, it happens. All part of life, right? So thank you so much. I believe that's it with the speeches. So this point in time, we'll take the pinda. We'll make the first pinda offering. The leaf to the second person, so we can put it. You put the leaf into the right hand. And then you will offer. Just sprinkle some water for now. Let one of them put the leaf into the hand, and then you will just offer the pinda. You all have it now. Om Manyam Uhuitas Mukpretasya Pretatnivarnartam Ratsastane Shavandamidam Ishate Pindumaya Diyate Tavo Pratishthitam. Remember, I should the next thing like this. Like this, and you say Shri, offer in your hand, say Shri, Krishna, Arpana. Very good. That's good. Alright, good. That's fine. Try it up, yeah. Alright. So at this point in time, I'll ask all of you once more to clasp your hands, close your eyes and bow your heads. Just bow our heads and pray. I'm going to conclude this aspect here, after which I'm going to give an opportunity firstly for the immediate family to come up and pay their last respects, place their flowers and so forth, after which everybody will be allowed to come in an orderly fashion. Then we will make our first stop, and then we will proceed to the Mosquito Creek for cremation. With that in mind, I also want to mention to each and every one of you that there are refreshments on the outside. You all can please take when you are leaving, okay? Thank you. So at this point in time, I ask all of you, please clasp your hands, close your eyes, bow your heads in prayer. Let's pray once more with faith, love, and devotion from our hearts, that vibration of love, as we send it to this departed one, wherever he is at this point in time, praying for a safe and peaceful transition. Om Manadini Dano Deva Shankha Chakra Gradana Akshay Pundarikaksha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Om Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Paramabam Suresham Vishwadaram Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamangayanam Yogivaryan Gamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavai Haram Sarvalokekanartam. Together. Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Would feel love devotion. Bolo Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Siyar Ramchandra Ki Jai. Jai Sri Ram everyone. Jai Sri Ram everyone. Very good. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful and attentive audience. I hope that Bhagavan will shower his choicest blessings upon each and every one of you. I pray that he will also, I hope that you will take the information that I've shared with you today, at least one thing, and apply it into your lives together as we uplift ourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. Until next time again, Jai Shri Ram. Remember, immediate family firstly. Come up and pay your last respects, and then after which everybody will come up, get an opportunity to come up, right?
Yeah.
No, don't put more guys in water. Just put water. Just get a don't really cold water. Whatever.
Yeah, you go ahead. You're all right.
Let's see. Make the teachers nothing.
Yeah.
Terima jadi ini sedihan. Ya. Vishnu Devatuva Ishtipan Numayadi Tita Krishna. Remember? Say Shri Krishna. Open your hand for now. Take it. See, now listen to you. Take it exactly. Right, so we can know money. Suffers are wrong. When you reach my green, no worry, Lisa, that takes it to me. We'll get both of it.